We do quite a lot of cooking with our cast iron skillet, and for good reason. Today, we'll use it to roast a succulent chicken flavored with a lemon and herb butter. Even better, this is a one-dish dinner featuring deeply caramelized yet fluffy potatoes. This just might be what they mean when they say winner winner, chicken dinner. We'll begin with some softened butter. This is 4 tablespoons of unsalted softened butter. We're going to go ahead and zest 1 lemon. Add that to our butter, followed by some very classic poultry herbs, starting with some thyme. Just pull back from the tip of the stem and the leaves will fall off. Give those a nice fine mince into your butter. A few sage leaves. Pile those all together and then slice them finely. No one wants to bite into a big piece of sage. And lastly, a little bit of rosemary. We're doing about a teaspoon of each of these, but the exact ingredients will be down below in the description as always. We're going to season this butter very generously with some cracked pepper and lots of salt because this is going to season our chicken here in just a moment. Go ahead and stir that thoroughly to combine, and we'll set that aside and turn our attention to our potatoes. We're going to take the edges off the potatoes, and then if they're good medium-sized Yukon Gold like these, just cut them right in half. We want these to be about 1 to 1.5 inches thick, so they will all cook evenly. I'm using about 6 to 8 Yukon Golds for this recipe, which should feed about 4 folks. I have a nice seasoned cast iron skillet which I have coated with olive oil, and I'm now going to place the potatoes down to form a bed for our chicken. I'll go ahead and season these with some salt and pepper and a drizzle of olive oil. Be generous with the seasoning here as well. Potatoes can definitely take it. Next up, we'll add our bird to the party. I've got 1 5-pound roasting chicken here. I'm going to tuck the wings under the back of the bird. And the next step is to loosen the skin over the breast portion of the chicken. We're doing this so that we can get some of that herb butter down and have it make direct contact with the chicken as it cooks. Speaking of which, go ahead and spoon your butter onto the bird and begin to lovingly massage it into all parts of that chicken. Thighs, legs, breast, under the skin, over the skin. It's obviously going to melt while it cooks. What we want to baste every square inch of that bird's body. Alright, that looks good. We'll turn back to that lemon that we zested earlier and shove half of it into that chicken cavity, and we'll save the other half for garnish. The last step here is to truss or tie up the legs of the chicken. This helps the dark meat to cook evenly, so just use some butcher's twine, or if you have to, use a little bit of aluminum foil and tie those legs together. We'll now take this and place it into a 400-degree oven for 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the size of your bird, but you'll know it's done when the deepest part of the breast reaches 160 to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. We've still got some cooking to do, so we're going to set this bird aside and let her, or him, rest for about 30 minutes while we finish cooking our potatoes. They go back into that oven for 30 minutes. You do want to give them a flip about halfway through to get a nice caramelized brown color on both sides. That butter and chicken fat do amazing things to those potatoes. Don't skip that step. Finally, I will freely admit I'm not the greatest at carving chicken, but I'm going to go ahead and take the legs off here. And I'm going to take the wings off and the breasts. I'll be leaving the thighs actually on the chicken carcass, as well as a little bit of the other meat that you could pull off by hand, because I'm going to be using this chicken in a future video, which you'll enjoy in a matter of days. But anyways, the chicken should be tender enough for you to pull the legs and wings off. For the breast meat, you just want to use a very sharp knife and follow the breastbone down the middle, and then cut down the bottom underside of the breast to slice it and remove it from the chicken completely. I'll be serving this family style. Man, look at that beautiful golden brown skin and succulent chicken breast. As I said, saving this for a future use, so we don't need that anymore. Our potatoes have finished their roasting process and look absolutely dynamite, if I do say so. Go ahead and plate this up next to your chicken portions. And that other half of the lemon that we used earlier, I went ahead and quartered that. So I'm going to place that around our plate as a garnish and a final seasoning. And you know, it wouldn't be dishing out without a few thinly sliced green onions. I'll sprinkle those over the top, and we're just about ready to give this a try. Alright, squeeze a fresh lemon to brighten everything, and I'm going to go in for a nice slice of that breast meat. Oh man, super moist and succulent. That lemon in the butter is just phenomenal. Those fresh herbs go a long way towards making this taste homemade, fresh, and delicious. I love a wing, and I love a crispy potato. Look at that deep caramelization. Man, that's tasty, and it's really hot too. Like really hot. Like maybe wait a second before you eat it, but super creamy on the inside. Wow. This is the way, folks. If you're gonna roast a chicken at home, and you should, give it a try just like this. Thanks for watching. As always, go make something delicious.